Today's topic is about severe income inequality and human rights. So, inequality has a great impact towards our human rights. So, what are human rights? The rights we have simply because we are human. If we were to ask people in the street what are human rights, I think we would get many different answers. Yet, many people, when asked to name their rights, will list only freedom of speech and belief, and name and perhaps one or two others. Well, there is no question these are important rights, but the full scope of human right is very wide. They mean choices and opportunities. They mean the freedom to obtain a job, adopt a career, select a partner of one's choice, and raise children. They include the right to travel far and wide, the right to work productively without harassment, abuse, and the threat of arbitrary termination. They even embrace the right to leisure. But the world is full of inequality. There's racial inequality, gender inequality, health, education, political inequality, you name it, you got it. But today we'll be talking about economic inequality. So there are two major types of economic inequality, which is wealth inequality and income inequality. But first, let's talk what is wealth. Well, wealth is accumulated assets minus liabilities. So wealth inequality is the unequal distribution of accumulated assets minus liabilities. Well, income is the earnings that are added to the pile of wealth. So income inequality is how the earnings are distributed.
Why income gap is widening? Individuals with different levels of education often earn different wages. The level of education is often proportional to the level of skill. With a higher level of education, a person often has more advanced skills that few workers are able to offer, justifying a higher wage. Growth in technology arguably renders joblessness at all skill levels. For unskilled workers, computers and machinery perform a lot of tasks less workers used to do. In many jobs, such as packaging and manufacturing, machinery works even more effectively and efficiently. Hence, jobs involving repetitive tasks have largely been eliminated. Skilled workers are not immune to the nightmare of losing jobs. The rapid development in artificial intelligence may unlimitedly allow computers and robots to perform knowledge-based jobs. It is generally believed that innate abilities play a part in determining the wealth of an individual. Hence, individuals possessing different sets of ability may have different levels of wealth, leading to economic inequality. When it comes to working harder or having fun, equally capable individuals may have totally different properties, resulting in a difference in their incomes. Their saving patterns may also differ, leading to different levels of accumulated wealth.
According to Milanovic in 1820, the richest countries in the world, Great Britain and Netherlands, were only 3 times richer than the poorest, like India and China. Today, the gap between the richest and poorest nations is like 100 to 1. The gaps are getting bigger and bigger. The Industrial Revolution created a lot of inequality between countries, but today globalization and international trade are accelerating it. Most economists agree that globalization has helped the world's poorest people to live a little better, but it's also helped the rich to be richer than everyone else. Jordan Weissman in 1960s, income inequality is not worse as the typical corporate chieftain in the US earn 20 times as much as the average employee. But today, the average CEO makes anywhere from 272 to 355 times as much as the average workers. Americans think it should be 7 to 1, but now it's 300 to 1.
What's the impact of income inequality? The greater income inequality is associated with a lot of problems. They point to studies that show countries with more inequality have more violence, drug abuse, and incarcerations, and there is a statement said that income inequality is related to life expectancy. Some people believe the richer you are, the longer you live. They have a strong associativity between poor and rich. In America's financial crisis, experts thought it was deeply affected by income inequality. It was an indirect factor to make the crisis expand. Income inequality also diluted political equality since the rich have an unequal say in what policies move forward. As there is less income, people can get good health care and infrastructure comparing the rich place. Inflation keeps going on. They can't afford their basic needs such as food, water, and shelter.
We must work together to solve this problem. Our world is treated differently. Although there is universal declaration of human rights, but it doesn't have any force of law. Many people are still living in miseries. Starvations and poverty still occurs. Although they may work hardly, but those money will finally hold in the rich people's hands. The fact is CEOs are making salaries many times greater than those of their employees. They brainwash us as they don't want us to know because we might start a revolution. These are exploitation of human rights. We can change this situation by supporting Equal Lives Foundation. Equal Life Foundation promotes equal life system to worldwide. Their goal is to bring about a complete social and economic change. Human rights are not just history lessons. We must refuse to be silenced for these issues. Once everyone works for it, we can build up a new system, new world, and let this miserable walk into history.